Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and today we're going to look at Michter's US #1 small batch Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Now, we've already done Michter's, and we did their rye whiskey, so this is going to be a bourbon. Coming in at 45.7% alcohol, 91.4 proof. And this is batch number 20J2281. So one of the older distilleries in Kentucky, at least according to their labeling, says it was established in 1753. That might have been the original distillery on the premise, or the Michter's name. Not really sure. Didn't do my research on this, as always. And it says it's pre-Revolutionary War. Obviously at 1753. I don't know about all that. But all that aside, let's find out what's in the glass. I really did like the Michter's rye quite a bit. So I have high hopes here for the bourbon. Now, I started, I said I collected these whiskeys from all over the place on my travels. Some of them were local, others I picked up in Indiana, some in Wisconsin. And I started in the 80 proof stuff, working my way up through. So we did some ryes, we did some low proof stuff. We did a couple bottled in bonds. There's more bottled in bonds coming. This one was kind of in the middle. And then when I'm done with all that stuff, we're going to get into Scotch. We're going to finish up with Scotch because I got a couple of nice ones there. But this Michter's picked up for Michter's small batch $34.99, and I got this at one of the local stores here in town. So there you go. $34.99. Let's see what we get for $34.99. Brown sugar and corn dust in the nose for sure. Also something interesting in there. I don't really know what it is though. A little bit of cherry coming out. A little bit of oak stave. Alright. So it's got me intrigued so far. Let's see what we got on the palate. Syrupy sweet forward with a nice creamy mouthfeel. So it's like sugar, vanilla, heavy caramel in the middle. Super heavy caramel. A little spike of cherry in there. And then just like dessert caramel or caramel to finish it out. Like it feels like those soft candy caramels that you get at like Christmas time. It tastes and feels like there's one of those on my tongue right now. Just this thick coating of cream heavy caramel. A little bit of brown sugar on the end. It's extremely nice. So there's a lot of sweetness coming out of this glass. Super rounded flavors. There's a little bit of punch going on there in the background. I'm going to assume that's ethanol. A little black pepper spice, maybe the ethanol that you pick up kind of the tail end of the middle palate, and it carries through the finish. But there's all these sweet notes that are just taking over in the forward part of that. So like in the background, there's a little bit of spice kind of picked up and carried through, but just waves of creamy, rich caramel coming forward. Super, super nice. It's a little bit higher in proof, but man, is that a nice bourbon. You like sweet stuff, and I will preface this with that. If you like sweet, Michter's might be your go-to. But it is interesting. It's a nice balance. There's sweet, but then there's that black pepper ethanol bite in there that kind of doesn't allow the sweetness to just take over. I mean, you're not going to mistake this as being like a sugary sweet soda drink, okay? It's definitely still bourbon, but super nice. Not over the top complex, but definitely well balanced as far as how the flavors meld from one into the next. There's a couple of different notes in there that could be picked out. Some of them are fairly subtle. Vanilla is a nice subtle note that's in there, like vanilla bean vanilla. Yeah, just a really nice bourbon. So Michter's picked it up here locally at one of the more expensive stores here in town. Not my go-to cheap place, but was able to get. Gosh, now I lost it again. Was able to pick it up for $34.99. I'd say it's probably worth that. Like to see it a little bit closer to 30, but 35 bucks, got no complaints out of me. Really nice bourbon. So, with that, drop in the comments down below what you can find Michter's for in your area. Let me know if you've had an experience with Michter's before. As always, check me out on bitchute and minds.com, Life and Whiskey, both of those places. Also, new channel coming out, Dad Father Review. Check that out on BitChute and YouTube as well. If you got any other comments, drop those down below. Links to all the other channels in the description of this video. As always, thanks for watching. Greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Maybe hit that notification bell. And as always, have yourselves a great day, and we'll catch you in the next video.